Alright guys, welcome back to another Marvel Rivals review video. So we're going to be working on issue 2, and I'm really hyped for this chapter. It was pretty good. Let's get it started. So this chapter we get Hulk and Luna as the cover photo. So we start this chapter with Hulk and Luna mid-fight. So we're going to touch up on this later in the chapter, so let's just keep going from here. So last time we left off with Spider-Man's team being buried alive in a bunch of rubble. Now this was after being completely overwhelmed by this Penny and Venom's symbiote bond. And then we continue on with Cap doing a head count, Jeff being put upside down, looking like an unalived fish. That being said, because he is a land shark, and yeah.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So we all know Spidey is known for holding back his strength, but in this situation, it's not about holding back, it's about the awkward situation he's placed under. He's not able to get his footing, and he's not able to lift himself up, but luckily he gets saved by Thor. Here we are informed about the other team's progress, and how they're already in the halfway point. While Thor pulls Spider-Man out of the rubble, looking like a man fanning out a towel. I would have kicked this man in the shin if I had to. I'm a grown-ass man, I don't need you to pick me up like a little-ass child. So anyway, Spider-Man's team groups up and plans their next move. Iron Fist asks Jeff if he's able to sniff out the team, but Thor doubts it since he sees Jeff more like a aquatic friend or animal instead of a actual predator, because Jeff, being a shark, should have one of the strongest senses of smell. And this was also backed by Galactica in a little speech bubble stating how he was able to pick up Wolverine's super distinctive smell, because I'm pretty sure Wolverine doesn't shower as much. But eventually Jeff's ability gets overshadowed by Luna, because she's able to pick up musical sound, especially when it comes to her own music. But before we get into that, let's talk about Jeff for a second. Now in water, sharks can detect tiny amounts of blood. Some can even detect a drop of blood in 25 gallons, which is around 100 liters of water, depending on the water conditions. Now sharks can sense from hundreds of meters away. Not even this, but sharks can smell in stereo. This is how sharks are able to sniff out wounded fish as it travels through the ocean in currents depending on which near the scent goes through, allowing sharks to pinpoint the direction the scent comes from. And if you're wondering what our nears are, well, sharks have two pairs of nears located under their snouts. It's like having a built-in GPS for smell. So don't think that you can run away from a shark, especially if you're wounded in the water. It knows exactly where you are. So I would assume that being a land shark, all they were given was legs. And so everything that they have, they can apply to land. So I just wanted to mention this so I can just put some respect on Jeff's name, okay? So let's get back on track. So we switch over to Team Penny, where she is singing one of Luna Snow's song. And we also get some more commentary from Galactic questioning if the pressure of being a team leader is getting to Penny. Doctor Strange suggests that we quiet it down to prevent being found. Venom opts for muzzling Penny, as well as Logan agreeing with Venom. But I can't help to wonder, did Logan agree to this because he didn't want to risk getting discovered, or is it because he can already smell them coming and it wasn't really going to help anyways? So we move on to the next panel. Penny decides to cool down, and she mentions how much her Aunt May loved Luna Snow's music, telling us that the Luna currently in Marvel Rivals is from the past in her timeline. And we have obviously Prime Luna from her own timeline. Now again, I could say the same thing about Cap. I could say the same thing about Logan. Again, Cap's from the past. Logan's, who knows how old Logan is over there either. But I just wanted to point that out. But right in the middle of the conversation, we get a bolt of lightning with a loud boom, slam, by Thor, and the rematch begins. The last chapter, Luna froze Banner, and so Banner did not forget that, and he was holding that small little grudge. He transforms into Hulk and decides to go straight for Luna. Now, being a true Hulk main, he didn't hesitate to go straight for the team's support. And then we get right back to the panel that was introduced in the chapter cover. Luna mistakes Banner for some other Hulk and eventually is corrected by Spider-Man. Then Luna obviously puts the pieces together and points out his clothes and the ray gun. She tries freezing Hulk again, but it doesn't work because again, he's not Banner. This time we have a full-on Hulk, and compared to Banner, it wasn't gonna work. Now, if you're playing the game, he is frozen, but here he did not. He just broke right out of it instantly. Now, I feel bad for my boy Jeff here because he's really going through it this chapter. Alright? He hits Hulk with a water gun. Yeah, like he literally smacked him in the face with a water gun, like from Pokemon. Funny part is that Hulk is green. So when I first see this, I'm like, alright, Hulk is green. It's not very effective. That wasn't gonna work. He's a grass type, okay? Hulk is a grass type. At this point, Jeff literally gets bitch slapped.
Look how they mess with my boy.
Okay, and I'm saying this slow because I don't want to get demonetized. By Hulk, like a pimp wondering where his money was. Now this was a pimp named Slipback type of move that Hulk hit him with. And then we get one of my favorite panels that we get to see. Like, I've been seeing this through social media all the time, with Jeff getting sent flying across the map. And then we move on to the panel where we get Cop that yells, "That's our teammate." And then he followed up with Thor, "That's our jolly little teammate." Like, you sent our jolly little teammate Jeff flying across the map. Now this gets me every time, and I always get a chuckle out of that one, so I hope you guys like. I'm gonna put it obviously in the video for you guys to see it. But so after this goes down, Penny's team decides that they need to hustle and they need to huddle up and start prepping. She gets to Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange suggests opening a portal. And if you notice, Namor is missing because there's only 5 players there, where it's the 6. Namor, where the hell did he go? You know, get back onto that one in a second. And then they jump through the port, and at the very last second, Spider-Man hitches a ride through the portal by attaching his web onto Doctor Strange's cloak, leaving the rest of the team. Now Luna decides to say that she's the team leader now because Spider-Man is gone, so who else was going to take it? Now we pan back to Namor because obviously you've seen that he was not at the portal when they all decided to disappear. Now he heads to an abandoned building where he hears a lot of womp womp womp. Somebody's hitting something against something else. And this is where he finds a not so happy Jeff. Now Jeff has been going through it this freaking chapter, alright? He was overlooked. He got sent flying across the map. He thought hitting Hulk with a water gun was gonna work. It didn't work. And now Namor is very fascinated by Jeff because in Namor's universe, Jeff does not exist. There are no land sharks in Namor's universe. And the reason why he knows this is because Namor knows the existence of every water creature in Earth. So he starts to sway Jeff, alright? And by this, I mean, he tries to sympathize with him. He lets him know that he will never be truly accepted by everyone, but Namor is one that will accept him. But clearly, Namor does not have social media. He doesn't know that Jeff is a very much well-loved character in the universe of us, okay? We love JeffThelandShark. Jeff is loved by many, alright? I don't know where he got that from. But this is when Namor asks Jeff to join him and rule by his side, letting him know with Jeff's ability, everything can go down the way they want it. They can rule the seas and land, because again, Jeff is very unique, and having that type of, you know, creature on his side, he can definitely rule in a very different way, but who knows. Now this is the panel where I remember seeing, okay? Now, we get a simple panel of Jeff with his tongue out, looking nonchalant, unbothered, okay, and right after, when you move on to the next panel, you get a completely different Jeff, a convinced Jeff. He's sick and tired of being the punching bag. He's sick of being overlooked, and we get a Jeff that's, you know, willing to do what needs to get done, because we get that dark background, we get that evil Jeff smile, and man, I'm all for it. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the next chapter. Now I haven't read it yet, so because I don't want to spoil it for myself. I want to read all these chapters and I want to talk about it after I read them. Do you think that Jeff is really going to join Namor, or is he looking at Namor like, this guy doesn't even know that he's going to be a snack right now? Because I kind of think that he's going to bite him, and I haven't checked until obviously I read it, the 3rd chapter. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. That is the rest of my video, and if you guys enjoyed it and you guys want to see more like this, hit that like button, comment down below, like or follow me on Facebook or YouTube, because this is where I'm going to be uploading them if you guys want to see more stuff like this. And I just hit plat in Marvel Rivals, and I'm getting ready to go back in there and try to hit diamond. I hit freaking masters last season. I think I'm going to go for celestial. So I'll see you guys in the next video later.